more on the James Wiseman case, the very interesting eligibility case. So again, James Wiseman is Memphis's freshman center. He was the number one coming out of high school this past year, and is presumably going to potentially be the number one overall pick in the NBA draft. Quite a skilled basketball. He was. This is now about 2 weeks ago, right before second true game of the season, was informed that he was in. He went to a local Memphis courthouse and got a temporary restraining order against the NCAA so he could, and Memphis played him because it was granted. Then he played again. They played Oregon in the Phil Knight Classic or Phil Knight Invitational.
And they lost.
They lost. That's the only, as of right now, that's the only ranked team that Memphis will play. And they did lose. And Wiseman did play. He had a pretty decent game, all in all. But after that, the decision was made about Tuesday or Wednesday of last week that Wiseman's legal withdrew their restraining order against the, which, because of that, Memphis had no choice but to then declare him ineligible. So currently, as of right now, he is an ineligible. Can't practice, can't do anything.
Wait, why did they withdraw the restraining order?
So with the restraining order, they realized, yes, it allowed him temporary relief to continue to, but in the long term, it was likely going to get defeated. And if they kept that legal action against the NCAA was not going to come table to try to find a resolution. And so they had to remove that legal threat. So that opens the door now for the NCAA, James Wiseman, his Memphis, his legal team, everybody to come to the table, discuss what is going on, what the infraction is, and then look at the rule book and determine, okay, what is appropriate action. More than likely, it will be a period of time which he is either ineligible or suspended. I've been hearing the number of like 8 or 9 games thrown out there, and that's based off the which was he was given $11,500 for moving expenses. And again, this was from Penny Hardaway, who is now his coach, who was also his coach at high school and in AAU ball, which has gotten his high school team in trouble. And that is also current litigation where his 2017-2018 state champ has been, as of right now, is being essentially null and void. They're having to forfeit all of those games because Wiseman and another, because of their connection with Penny Hardaway, were deemed ineligible before this. But he got a restraining order so he could play.
Okay. So the high school team is screwed.
Yes.
Basically. And all the wins are gone and the championships are gone.
As of right now, they are currently in a, and the other fun story, it's the same judge that gave him the restraining order is the one that gave him the restraining order, but also ruled in favor of the sports governing body of high school, saying that, yes, these athletes played while they were ineligible. School, you have to forfeit all those games and vacate your national or your state championship. Same judge, and all.
Okay, that's just odd, but all right.
Yes. So it's all up in the air right now. He is currently ineligible. Will not be suiting up. I don't know when their next game is, but I've seen a date thrown out there that potentially tomorrow they're all going to sit down as his legal team are going to sit down and try to come up with a. Now, how that goes is really going to depend based on what's being discussed and what they think is fair and equitable. But if for some reason that doesn't go, you could potentially see the NCAA going, oh, well, sorry, Memphis, you played an ineligible player when we told you you weren't. And now this could have ramifications for either potentially the conference and or this year. So a lot lot is up in the air still right now.